Well, hello, and welcome back to Cozy Couch Corner for another episode of Tea and Tarot. Well, we've got sunshine here. It's cold, but we got blue skies and sunshine, which is always a bit cheery. Don't know where the birds were this morning. Maybe I was too late, but they weren't singing. But yesterday I realised that I think it was starlings. I think I had starlings on the roof that were singing because I saw the starlings move off the roof the other day. So it might have been yesterday. So it might have been that it was the starlings there singing. But they tend to move around a bit. They do have a set of trees somewhere that they perch in. So I don't know. Anyway, no singing birds today, but a few birds about. Many crows. I think mostly I've seen crows. And that's it. Still no sheep. Still waiting to see if they suddenly appear with their little lambs, because that would be awesome. Still damp. It's really not damp here. In the Welsh rainforest. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Looking forward to... Well, we had a card, didn't we, the other day? And we were talking about spring-like, weren't we? Even if it wasn't physically spring, and I know people are in the other hemisphere, even if it wasn't physically spring, there was spring-likeness about new beginnings, emerging life. It's very positive, very upbeat. Trying to think what else was going on. That was a card where I discovered the bull wasn't actually a bull and it was a cow. But we had the egg, didn't we? Oh, yeah. So definitely whether we're physically having spring or not, there is some spring-like, what would you say, energy? Spring-like energy, like renewal, rejuvenation, new life, new birth, rebirth. A lot of people go through a lot of different cycles, and the energy is quite fast and changing at the moment. There's a lot of stuff going on energetically and physically, and it's trying to surf it as much as possible. Isn't it? Oh, stay above it. Yep. And we keep going on, don't we? Right. But definitely we've got a lot brighter. It's going to get brighter and brighter. And I'm not just talking about spring here. And daylight hours. Right. I'll do the tarot. Do I have to spike my hair? I stupidly put the stuff in when my hair was wet. And then afterwards I thought, why'd you put it in with your hair wet? Because it just waters it down, doesn't it? It's better if you put it in dry. But anyway, I did have the sides all spiky as well, but they're refusing to cooperate today. And I got hot and I had to take my hat off. So I've got two forms of heating on at the moment because it's been cold, and upstairs I'm trying to dry my washing. Right. Okay. What good news do you have for us for Monday, the 26th of January, 2026, please? And it's a 26 of a 26, isn't it? Oh, I'm getting properly warm now, first time today. No, I don't want that. I've got to take me. If I can get this off, the zip broke. I'm too hot. My zip broke. It's got no pull on it, and I can't replace it because there's not a hole to thread something through. It was like the zipper was on like that. So there's it's around a channel, so I haven't been able to replace it and do anything with it. So oh, that's better. Right, we're still going, aren't we? Oh, crumbs. It says because I was talking about it, or are we having this one? Because I was talking about it. Are we having it? Right. It's the night of cups again. I don't know. Coins, sorry. Night of coins. I know as soon as I said it, it was wrong. And I'd only just caught the C on the word. Right. Are we having any more cards? Okay. Are we having this top one? I'm not sure. Are we having this bottom one? Are we having it this way up? Are we having it upright? Should we do it upright? Okay. That is the 5 of coins. So we're on coins. A minute. Right. Any more cards? Okay. Another bottom one. Upright. 8 of coins. It's all the coins. Are we having any? No. Right. Good. We're not having any more. So, have we got coins because it's about physical reality? It's about physical reality, practical things, not about our bodies. So not sometimes it's about health, isn't it? Is it more? It's more about the reality around us, just the physical reality, really. Right. So don't know what order you want me to do these in. I'm looking at this one. Okay, 8 of coins. Eight of coins is another one that's sort of hurting ourselves. And I've got unnecessarily, but we know it's not about the physical body. So are we hurting ourselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually? Some people are. How are we doing that? We think we're helping other people or other systems. We know that it's damaging us? Okay, that was not the answer I was expecting, but there we are. So, no, because I would ask, how do we stop hurting ourselves? Is that why we're going on to this? So the 5 of coins. So that's out in the cold, isn't it? That's help is available. There's somebody sat out in the cold and there's all nice, warm loveliness inside a church. At least on this card anyway. So how are we going to stop hurting ourselves? It's by leaving something. For some of us, no, it's not a message for everyone. It's a message for some people. You need to get away from what's hurting you. You need to leave. And whether that's, and that can be scary, can't it, going out on your own? But they said that the people that this is for, that are hurting emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever, are aware of it. So for those people that are aware, that they're being hurt in these ways, it's time to leave. That's up to your own intuition. I mean, I'm not telling you. That's a message. And that might not be. Is that an no? Is that instant? No, that might not be an instant thing. That might be something that takes time. But it's about protecting yourself, protecting your sanity. And it can be people, it can be institutions. It's interesting that this is outside a church because it reminds me of leaving the cult. Leave the cult and shunned by everybody. So you're just left out in the cold on your own. Well, they tell you that it's love. Right. So, so maybe it's religion. Maybe it's a spiritual group, another a group of people, an abusive relationship, toxic friendship, toxic workplace, whatever it is. And it might take you time to get things in place so that you can leave, which is why it wasn't necessarily an instant thing. There's at least one person that needs to leave instantly, but you know how safe you are. You're going to have to gauge that yourself. That was that message, which is probably not for everybody. But anyway, so the message for everybody is the Knight of Coins. Are we back to the eggs? I would talk about it first, wouldn't I? And then we get it. And here we are. With the sunshine in the background. Things are definitely brightening up. And I think some people need to know that things are going to get better. Perhaps the warning with the previous cards was as someone that came out of an abusive relationship, one of the things that keeps you there is, and I'm just giving this as an example, it might not be the same situation, you keep thinking it's going to get better because it was better, and there is occasional glimmers that it would be better. But I think the warning of the other two cards is that the brighter is that don't project a brighter future on something that doesn't have it, on something like an abusive relationship, because that's keeping you trapped, hanging on to the hope that it's going to get better when there hasn't been any change. And if there is something that's not in your control that you can't change, and the other person, say for example in an abusive relationship, is not willing to change, and usually they're not, because they don't give a crap, then it's not going to get better. But it's kind of hanging on to that hope. It's trying to get it into perspective, what's realistic. Yeah. But there are other areas of life with other people. I'm not going there. No, that was simply for whoever needs that. Whoever needs that reading, that's for someone. There we are then.